Hello, my name is. Well, it's not important right now. If I told you, it would ruin the experience. I have a brother who's just a bit older than I am. His name is not important either. What is important is who we are. We are just some ordinary men living a normal life. Well, we were living a normal life. It all started in mid-December. My brother and I owned our own company where we would help people with household problems. Even if we had our company, that doesn't mean we didn't have our own hard times. We were in debt at the moment due to a decline of customers and my brother's bad habit of gambling. Our landlord wouldn't take any more excuses about not paying our rent. Our landlord was a greedy man and only cared about money. Every time I see that face, it always sends chills down my spine, especially that messed up nose. We were shut down and had to close up shop. We had no way of making money, so we wouldn't be able to pay rent for our home, so we were kicked out. We only had one hope if we wanted to have a place to crash. That hope belonged to my brother's girlfriend, whose name is not important. His girlfriend was a worker at a local zoo who fed the animals every day. Unfortunately, she was killed by the ape she was feeding, who was very aggressive with its trainers and feeders. This happened the same day we were kicked out of our home. We went to her funeral to pay our respects and hit the streets, which became our new home for the next few weeks. We did everything we could to get food, money, and shelter, but no one cared about us. We were miserable pieces of meat, rotting on the streets. Eventually my brother found a guy who sold medicine to people to make them feel better, at a price. My brother was desperate. He needed something to take his mind off the pain and suffering. So he jumped the guy and took his wallet and his special medicine and ran. I soon followed, trying to catch up to him, excited to see how much money was in that wallet. We stopped at an alleyway where we made some distance from the man. We found $500 and one pill, which I believed was the medicine. My brother took the pill and immediately started acting weird. He told me that he saw large fields with food and money everywhere, and that the buildings and clouds had faces and they were smiling upon him. We eventually heard a scream, mostly from a woman, a man yelling, telling her to get inside or he will kill her. I was scared shitless and started to walk back to the street, but my brother ran towards the screaming, telling me that this was our chance to be heroes. I chased after him. I couldn't let him go and die. I had to stop him. He tackled the man to the ground and dropped his pistol out of his reach. The man got back up to his feet and started beating my brother to the ground with a nearby broken hammer. I grabbed the gun and aimed at the man. My hands were shaking. I couldn't carry the heavy weapon any longer. I eventually pulled the trigger with my eyes closed, not knowing if I hit something or not. I opened my eyes and the man was at the ground with a pool of blood surrounding his body. I killed him. I killed him. I killed a man with a gun. I dropped the gun and vomited on the floor. You saved me. You saved me from that man. Thank you, said the woman who was shaking in terror. No problem, you can thank my brother. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. My brother was sitting down on the floor with bruises all over his face and head. Who are you, and what did that man want with you? I asked. She is the daughter of the king and has the inheritance of the kingdom, said a man who came walking down the alley. He was a short guy, but had a muscular body. He was wearing a blue jacket and a white shirt underneath, and blue jeans and a backwards hat with a strange sign on it. What? A king? A kingdom? What are you talking about? I asked out loud while my brother was still on the floor rubbing his head to ease the pain. The girl and I are part of a gang called the Royals. The king is our leader, and she is his daughter who will lead the gang when she is older. The man who kidnapped her is part of a rival gang called the Spiked Dragons. Their leader has a thing for the girl and started some wars with us just to get to her, he explained. Since you saved her, we are in your debt. We would do you a favor for saving the girl. Not knowing that my brother was listening, he jumped on his feet and yelled, "Let us join your gang." What? I yelled. What are you talking about? We can't join a gang. We'll be killed and be hunted down by the police. Actually, that isn't a problem, the man interrupted. We are actually in need of new members. If you would like to join us, we will supply you with food and shelter. Food and shelter. No one ever offered us that in weeks. It was a risky choice. Either we could die and rot in the streets, or join a gang to have food and a place to live. I did what any other homeless man would do. Fine, we would like to join your gang. Good choice, follow me, said the man. The man led us to a nearby manhole and opened the lid and climbed down the stairs. I didn't say anything. I wanted to see where this was going. We walked through the sewers for a while until we reached what looked like castle doors. Once we entered, there were hundreds of other members, all armed with guns and knives, all wearing clothing with the sign of the gang, which was a crown with 3 jewels inside a star in the middle. There was also what looked like a throne and a tall man sitting on it, laughing with joy to see his daughter once again. He thanked us for saving her, telling us that we were fully fledged gang members. He welcomed us to the family and gave us some food. Actually, food! Finally, we ate something other than garbage scraps. Moments later, one member started running towards the king and told him that the spiked dragons were coming, and that they were near the entrance. Everyone besides my brother, the girl, and I were armed and ready for a fight. We waited, but nothing happened. One member went towards the door, and the moment that door opened, loud explosions started occurring all over the place, and the walls and ceilings were caving in. Hordes of spiked dragon thugs were going inside, all yelling, "Get the girl!" while shooting their guns to other members of the royal gang. We had to run. We had to find somewhere safe. My brother and I ran inside a room behind a throne and barricaded the door. We waited for a long time, and we wouldn't come out until we were sure that it was safe. An hour passed, and we decided to go out. The throne room was destroyed. Countless dead bodies were on the floor with bullet holes inside of them. The king lay on top of the throne chair, almost dead, but was still breathing. The girl was nowhere to be seen. With the king's dying breath, he spoke to us. "You two, please save my daughter. Please, she has to lead the royals to glory, and you have to help, but you have to save her." My brother looked at the dead king, clutching his fists. Then he looked at me with determination in his eyes. "Come on, Luigi. Let's go save the princess."